Okay, people, what's going on? Got some stuff going on out there at the Giza Plateau. Word has it around the campfire, they've been doing some scanning. Particle physicists playing with particle physics now. Somebody's doing something. This is beautiful. This is like a dream come true, you know. My first book, Pyramid Gravity Force, was on physics. That the you know, all the pyramids around the planet are lenses, and they lens subatomic particles, neutrons, you know, neutrinos, and now we got muons and gravitons and you name it, right? We're going to get into this stuff pretty deep here. But, you know, the beautiful thing is, it isn't costing me a dime. I didn't have to hire, you know, 50 scientists at the university level. They just came out and did the work for me. You know, they think they found a, you know, some kind of a chamber or a void or something like that above the Grand Gallery at GP1, the Great Pyramid of Giza. But the reality is that they're unaware that this this machine, Great Pyramid of Giza, is a lens. It's a gravitational lens. In this case, it could be a muon lens, because this muon lens stuff is great because it's gone out and taken pictures and proven my theory that all along that this thing is lensing subatomic particles, you know. So we're going to move right into it, get into it right now. So we're going to go over the top on this one. Solved! Scan Pyramid Muon clusters. Scan Giza Pyramid Muon clusters. There is no room above the Grand Gallery in the Great Pyramid of Giza. You heard it first here on YouTube at YouTube University. We're talking about knowledge here, you know, big knowledge. All right, let's get into it because we don't want to run out of time. Try to keep it to 20 minutes, you know, the videos here. Anyways, here's the cluster they found. It's above the Grand Gallery. I'm not going to brighten this picture up because I got a lot of the other pictures are just going to come in lousy, so I'm going to fool around with this foolish thing. But anyways, it's a Great Pyramid of Giza. They got a cluster. They found something above the Grand Gallery. And lo and behold, we're talking about particles here. We're in a particle zoo. We got electrons, quarks, bosons, the Higgs boson. You know, we got the dark energies, we got photons, electrons, leptons, gravitons, muons, neutrons, dark matter, right? And who knows, a few other things. This particular technology is geared up to record muons. That's M-U-O-N. And you know, they might connect with the theory is they connect with neutrinos. They might even be gravitons. You know, there again, AE, Albert Einstein, general theory of relativity, general relativity coming in, biting everybody in the butt one more time. So I'm not going to get into all that stuff. We're gonna just move right along. Cosmic rays. We got cosmic rays raining down on our heads every second of every day. And they're just flowing through the earth, going into the core, and then spinning back out at the latitudes. The big cycle. It's all the big cycle. So here you go. We got, you know, basically a shower coming in. These are your neutrinos, your muons, your gravitons, maybe even, what do we got? Positrons, muons, neutrinos, kaons, pions. It's like you know, an EM shower, really. So basically what they did is they went and set up one of these, you know, imaging devices that basically takes a snapshot of the flow of muons flowing through the Great Pyramid of Giza. This device, these are photon cells that pick up the imagery, and then the flow of muons come through these plates and they get recorded. Yeah, it's just a low-tech technology, but, well, it's high technology, but, you know, from a low-tech, grown off of a low-tech knowledge. It's just photography. That's all it is. It's Muography. They call it Muography. Here's a couple of cats, a couple of guys setting up some muography equipment in the, it looks like this is the Queen's chamber. And then a couple other guys, ladies too, setting up the slides, if you will, that record the muon activity. And that's inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. And the Grain Gallery. This is one of their images right here, and this is a muography. This is a snapshot. And you got the Grain Gallery over here, and the new void up above it. And there's the King's Chamber right there on the side. Basically, it's a snapshot showing what they call is a large cluster of muons. Now, generally, if there wasn't, their theory is if there wasn't a void there, they wouldn't show an excess of muons, right? So, you know, all the other chambers inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, they have a larger, they show, a large volume of muons. So anything in red, like the chamber, the Grand Gallery, I don't know what that might be, the Queen's Gallery, but Queen's Chamber, or a hallway or something like that. But I mean, that shows that there's a void there, okay? Because, those are the three rooms. But also, they're not taking into consideration that these pyramids are lenses, and they're lensing, concentrating, condensing, okay, the flow of subatomic particles, in this case muons. Now, my theory was gravitons, but there's a possibility that they're one of the same. So anyways, long story short, they bond with each other, they repel each other. It's just just one big happy family of subatomic, the subatomic world. The subatomic world. So we got the location of the Great Pyramid of Giza. You got the Muon scan. You have a good like outline here. It shows, let's see what we can go. We just get the Grand Gallery. Just went over this hidden chamber that they think. It's not a hidden chamber. Basically what's going on is that you have a large flow of muons getting lensed into a tight focal point inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, and they're flowing to the least path of resistance. Now, in my book, I wrote muons ago, Great Pyramid of Giza, the Grain Gallery in the system, in this lensing system. This is like a turbocharged pyramid. This is what you use to blast open hotspots around the world. This particular one is lined up with the Hawaiian hotspot. So this was used to punch a hole through the Pacific plate and keep it open, because it's all about magma control. At the end of the day, it's magma control. We're talking terraforming here, people. Terraforming. This is leftover technology from terraforming, but it's still in use. Anyways, point being that what they're seeing is a high volume of muons above the Grand Gallery, because the Grand Gallery is the vacuum chamber off of the King's Chamber, which was a high density gravity zone coming out of the 4 or 5 relieving chambers above the King's Chamber. That being said, this is what this is all about. This is a lensing of a particle, subatomic particle, a machine. Basically, it's a lens. It's a lens. It's just like this guy right here. That's right here. Look at this, a big lens. I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, it's just lensing. That's it. If I stuck a photon detector on the side of this lens, as I had it in the sun, and I was, adjusting and concentrating the beam, the photon receptor, a photoelectric cell, would pick it up. I said this is what we're talking about. Photons are a subatomic particle too. So it's basic physics, and these guys, they're doing great work. I'm not faulting anybody here. As far as I'm concerned, you're not going to find, you can drill all the holes you want. I hope they drill a hole tomorrow. They're talking about drilling a 3-inch hole and burrowing up into this place, stick a camera through and see what's going on. But they're going to be sadly mistaken when they get up there and they say, we're still digging into dirt, stone rather, limestone. they're not going to be getting into. There's not going to be some big giant room up there, and you know the big stash. You know the big stash has just defeated so many people. Anyways, long story short, my point is, I'm gonna keep saying it. This is a lens. These pyramids are lenses. Right? Here's the guys from Scan. Pyramid Scan. These guys have great equipment. You know, again, you know, they've got their financing. I never went to MIT or Harvard or any of those, you know, wonderful Ivy League colleges, and just regular college, you know. And you know, I don't, hold these high degrees, but these people are actually working for me in an indirect way. It's for free. It's all being done free. We love the word free. And they're doing the work and they're proving my theory every day. Every day these guys go out and do this work. It's not my theory. I mean, this isn't my technology. This stuff was here for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years. Terraforming principles and technology. So. Here we are. We're looking down on the Giza plateau. We got 3 pyramids. I mean, you got another 3 small ones on the south and three small ones on the east of the Great Pyramid of Giza plateau. The Giza plateau. You got GP 1, 2, and 3, and they're set up in the Orion configuration because these things spin through the moon's gravitational field. Also, with this. These particles, you have the moon's gravitational pull and release every day. So the reason they set these pyramids up in the Orion configuration is to set up the Fibonacci spiral of a gravity vortex. So every time this plateau rotates on the Earth, it's rotating. We rotate into the moon's gravitational field. It sets up a gravitational vortex and keeps the Hawaiian hotspot open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Here's another bad picture. Again, this is just the void they found inside above the Grand Gallery. I'll have a better picture. And we got the moon here, you know. Now, 545 moons, and only 1 moon in the solar system has images on it, people. Images, discernible, identifiable, observable images that actually mean something. So it's been passed down through the ages by all the ancient cultures, all the ancient texts, going to the clay tablets and you name it. So it's in the human conscious too. It's in your DNA, for God's sakes. Moon's going full in another day or two. I think maybe it's tomorrow. It's the 4th tomorrow. So get out there with a pair of cheap binoculars. You can see the man on the moon. There actually is a man on the moon. His name is Khonsu, the son of Amun. You got the claw here. You got the Capricorn on the bottom, claw up top. You got the sea, which represents the tilt that the Earth goes in and out of during these large cycles. I'm not going off topic here, but the ice ages and the interglacial periods. Here's a good picture of the pyramid, the Great Pyramid. Right up in here, this area right above the Grand Gallery, is where they found this. They think they found a high volume of muons. And again, it's just an anomaly because the muons are going the least path of resistance. So the least path of resistance isn't going through 5 relieving chambers in a granite box, that makes up the King's Chamber. It's going to go through the vacuum chamber, which I dubbed in my book, and it's the Grand Gallery. And that's why you have a big volume of muons that actually mimic the same size as the Grand Gallery. It's this void they measured is the same length and it's the same height, it's the same width. So it is what it is. This again, it's magma control. Okay. Every large group of pyramids on the planet has a volcano or a hot spot that's 180 degrees opposed to it on the same approximate latitude. That's straight across for Anybody that's skipped a geography class in junior high school, straight across the ladder, rungs, you know, latitudes. So straight across, you grab a rung with your right hand, and then you grab a rung with the left hand. Well, the right hand's got the pyramid, the left hand's going to have the hot spot. Yeah, you got okay. All right. And this is a diagram that I've drawn up over the years to explain and show these alignments. You know, you got Giza, Hawaiian hotspot. You have the Pyramid of the Sun down in Mexico, lines up with Mount Sajir in Sri Lanka. And then you have the Shen pyramids in China that line up with the Bermuda hotspot, or the Bermuda supercaldera. There's actually two supercalderas that actually make up that particular island. So, interesting stuff. Again, you know, pyramids of lenses. Here's my formula that actually explains the, you know, the gravitational displacements from one side of the planet to the other. It's angle times mass times c, which is speed of light squared, and divided by dBl, which is distance. B is the gravitational constants, and L is the lunar angle over said geometrical shaped mass. All right, so we're rocking right along. Pyramid Gravity Force, my first book. This is what I'm talking about. It's the subatomic world here, and like I said, I hope they get together and you know, get going on this hole that they want to drill. And let me lighten this picture up now. We've got a few minutes left. What do we got? Like 2-3 minutes left? Yeah, 3 minutes. Trying to get this picture to lighten up a wee bit. So, anyway, that's the contrast. And then, there we go. Trying to bring that up. You see it? I think you can see a little bit better. Come on, come on, come on now. All right, here's the pyramid we're talking about. Get out of here. Okay, here's the Scan Pyramids. This is the Scan Pyramids is the company or the group. I think there was 3 countries actually that were involved in scanning this pyramid. They used telephoto, some kind of Muography photography, and from outside the pyramid they could see this void, and inside they got a void down here where the opening is, which makes sense. That's the original opening. Of course, you see a void. It's got to be a passageway in there somewhere. And then you have this void that's right over the Grand Gallery. Again, we'll go over the top. I mean, this thing is a lens. It's a gravitational lens, and it's concentrating the you know, the subatomic particles. They're coming in, and they're going to flow at the least path of resistance. They're not going to be flowing down in here that much. They're going to come over here, you know, where it's nice and you know, easy flowing. So you're going to pick up a higher volume of muons. Okay, I'm putting it out there. If they can drill their 3-inch hole, put their camera through, they're not even going to find an opening. They're going to drill for hundreds of feet, and they're going to keep on drilling because there's no hole, there's no room, there's nothing. This is a lens. They're you know, they're basically taking gravity measurements on this lens, on this pyramid. And you heard it here first. You know, John Shaughnessy here at your service, putting it out there. And again, you know, thanks for those guys doing all their work. And this is important technology. This terraforming technology has been down here for hundreds of thousands of years, not millions of years. Balancing off the magma currents, the tectonic plates, keeps everything kind of quiet. You know, it uses the moon's gravitational energy, and you know, that's what it does. You know, so we're going to cruise right down here, and again, Pyramid Gravity Force, my first book. You can go to the website pyramidgravityforce.com. It's on Amazon on a hardcover. It's paperback. And then there is Something About the Moon, written with another researcher, great writer, Wendy Salter, and that website is tsatmoon.com. Peace out, people. Keep it real. All right, and don't forget to subscribe, and likes. We work for likes.